Hey everybody. Man, Sunday was a really special day for me and my family to be back in the service and then to just be able to linger at lunch and see so many of you. It was really, really nice. Really glad to be back. What I want to do in this video is share some highlights from our summer and then talk about some lessons learned. And so I hope you enjoy this slideshow with some pictures and some videos from our sabbatical summer.
Daddy got it on video. Daddy got it on video. Here, get up, Gus. Get up.
You were talking about the ribs.
tour tonight.
What?
Nope. You're gonna tell me that we're going there?
Tonight we're going to the super.
Talk about some lessons that I learned over the summer, and I've got just 4. There's more than 4, but just 4 that I'm going to share right now. And the first one is that rest typically takes intentionality and planning. Might sound basic, might sound simple, but rest typically takes intentionality and planning. I began planning this sabbatical over a year ago. And then we spent 6 months as a staff team and an elder team seeking to delegate responsibilities, and I got 3 months of true rest. I mean, rest, and it was sweet, and it was really, really refreshing. But to make that on more of a micro scale, even weekly rest, a day of rest, or even a few hours of rest, typically takes intentionality and planning. I'm going to do a few things ahead of time so that I can have some time to truly rest, or what do we need to say no to so that we can make some time to truly rest. And so just the intentionality surrounding this entire sabbatical has just kind of reinforced the belief that to truly have rhythms of rest, it's going to take intentionality and planning. The second thing that I believe I'm coming back with is that I am not what I do. I am not what I do. My identity is not what I do. For 3 months, I didn't pastor, I didn't counsel, I didn't preach, I didn't lead staff meetings, I didn't do any of the things that I normally do. And it just kind of, I already knew this. I've preached 100 sermons about it. But it reinforced on an experiential level that's not my deepest identity. My deepest identity did not change over sabbatical, and that is loved by Christ. And so it's just sweet to think that I had 3 months with more silence and more solitude. And I got to press into who I am at my core and at my deepest through counseling sessions, through reading, through journaling, and just through not having busyness be a part of my life for 3 months. And the phrase, I am not what I do, but my truest identity is deeply loved and accepted by God in Christ, is something I'm coming back with. Another lesson I'm coming back with is that the pathway to joy and peace is being in awe. Another way I can maybe say it is the pathway to joy and peace is self-forgetfulness. As you got to see in those videos and pictures, I got to do some incredible things. I got to see some amazing waterfalls. I got to be within a foot of a great white shark. I got to be within a few feet, way too close for comfort, of lions. Got to see elephants and giraffes and canyons and just all sorts of beauty. And in those moments when I was close to that great white, or when the lion was close, or the leopard was close, or I was in the mountains, I wasn't thinking, I'm awesome. I wasn't thinking, man, I feel big. I was thinking, well, for one, I wasn't thinking about myself at all. I was in awe of something else. And that's kind of the point, that the times I was most at peace and the times I was most joyful, I wasn't focused on myself, but I was in awe of something much bigger than me. And ultimately, this leads us to the gospel, to the grandness and the beauty and the love and the mercy of God. And when we're captivated by it, when we're even self-forgetful, that, I believe, is when we're most at peace and most joyful. And so that's something else that I came back with is, man, I want to be in awe of God, the gospel, and God's creation. And then the last thing I'll share today is I came back believing this more firmly. I've said it before, I've said it in counseling sessions, I've heard it from others, but I'm just most convinced of it today. And that is that the quality of my life will ultimately be determined by the quality of my relationships. First with God, and then with my wife and kids, and those around me, extending all the way to acquaintances and what the Bible would call your neighbor when it says love your neighbor, people that I come into contact with. I got to live, quite frankly, way above my means this summer, or at least above my normal means. I mean, I got to go to South Africa, Montana, Wyoming. That's not normal. Got to do some incredible things. But if you ask me the highlight of the trip, I wouldn't say it was diving with the great white. I wouldn't say it was even the safaris. I would say that it was being able to spend unhurried time with Bonnie and the kids. Sometimes in normal life, I wish this wasn't true, but it is. I will think I need to, and I even want to spend time with Bonnie and the kids, but there's this nagging, like, but this is piling up, but this has to get done, but this is an expectation that you maybe are failing, or at least feel like you're failing, but this summer there was none of that. It was unhurried, almost fully present time with Bonnie and the kids, and it was really sweet. And we made some incredible memories. And I just come back, I meditated quite a bit on Proverbs 15:17 this summer, which says, better is a meal of vegetables where there is love than a fattened calf with strife, or a fattened calf with hatred. And it just speaks to the priority of loving and peaceful relationships, and how they're more important and more satisfying than all the delicacies the world may have to offer. And so coming back from the sabbatical, I had tons of highlights, but the highlight was just the relational investment that it was for my wife and our kids and myself. And so I believe that the quality of all of our lives will ultimately be determined by the quality of our relationships, first with God and then with others. So those are some of the lessons. Now, I probably could have told you every one of those lessons, at least intellectually, before the summer. But those are some things that this sabbatical helped me to meditate on and experience. And I'm very, very grateful for it. The last thing I want to do is just say thank you. I want to say thank you to the Lily Endowment Program. God provided through the Lily Endowment Clergy Renewal Program to fund this sabbatical, and I am just very, very grateful to God and to the Lily Endowment for that. I'm grateful to our pastors, Pastor Josh and Pastor Lee. They encouraged the sabbatical. They made it possible. They stepped up and carried a lot of weight and just a lot of shepherding tasks without me here, and I'm very, very grateful to them. They preached more than they normally do. I'm very grateful to them. And I'm also grateful for the members of Sojourn for stepping up, for serving, for just being positive around this sabbatical experience. Say, hey, we're excited for you. We're happy for you. We're cheering for you. We're praying for you. Like, there was just so much encouragement and positivity. The events team doing a sabbatical send-off and a sabbatical reception. Musicians stepping up and leading more so that Josh could preach more. I mean, just the whole church. I received this sabbatical as a gift from God, a gift from the Lily Endowment, a gift from our pastors, and a gift from our members. And it was a gift. It was the gift of rest, the gift of taking a break, and the gift of pressing in to my identity in Christ, apart from any role that I might play as a pastor or in the church, or a staff person of a church. And so thank you for giving us the gift of a sabbatical. Love y'all, and glad to be back.